Say hi to
Hi
our
guys.
300 and something subscribers.
390 plus.
390 subscribers.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Hi
so
guys, we're here. We're back like we never left.
we're back like we never left. We are sorry we kind of got lost. Things happened. Why no vlog for like almost 1 year?
1 year.
Yeah, I think it's 1 year.
We've been up and down. Things happen.
Things have been happening. The babies, parenting, working. He's been away also, Cindy. That's also a factor. Yeah, and because it's a family channel, it's kind of hard. Sana kwanza na the way we do things. It's yeah, that's why we've been away and life has been happening, and we've just been flowing with the with the life and how things are going. Yeah, but we're happy to be back. We are back like we never left. We hope to be consistent.
There is hope.
Of course.
Hope and pray.
As a human being, you should not. As a human being, you should always hope.
We buy and sell hope.
So guys, even before we start, please, if you hear any background noise, know that's our son who is making noise. He's playing. Yeah, and if you find yourself in this particular channel and you are not a subscriber or a follower, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. We are at 390 on our road to 500 subscribers. If you are a returning one, you're our OG, we welcome you back. Please feel at home. Yeah, so this is a channel about family, some bits of lifestyle, parenting, just everything life. Everything life. It's all about love, life, and parenting. I think that's our mantra.
Why? Yeah. Terms zinatumika hapa, terms and conditions. Okay. So guys, we're back like we never left, and we want to see how it goes. So what are we doing today?
Yeah, guys,
Since we are back.
So today, we want to discuss. First of all, both of us are in our 30s. Okay, we won't specify the ages, but we are in our 30s. We are parents to two beautiful boys, two very handsome boys. One is 4 years and the other one is 1 year. Yeah, so now that's so you understand why we want to discuss whatever we want to discuss today. Yeah, so our main, our topic of today is some of the things or lessons that we wish we knew at 20, in our 20s.
When someone is in the 20s, 20.
Some of the things we wish we knew in our 20s.
Yeah, sure.
Did you?
Did I do what, sir? I was removing something. Yes. Did I?
Did you enjoy your 20s?
Okay. Did I?
Did you enjoy your 20s?
Yeah, I did. I do enjoy my 20s. I cannot complain. Yeah, I enjoyed my 20s. Yeah, I can't complain. Right now, I'm also trying to enjoy my 30s. I'm trying to enjoy. There's nothing to enjoy at 30.
There's nothing to enjoy at 30?
No, because...
You don't enjoy taking care of these young ladies?
No, I mean... At 30s is just work. No. At 30s, I mean, right now we're just working. You work, you do your career things, you do your home things.
But you should enjoy all that.
Yeah, we try.
Because it's another phase of life.
It's another phase of life. But now that's what you wanted us to talk about. Because maybe if we had, if we had not enjoyed too much at 20s, we could be enjoying a little here. What? What do you want?
Yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah, so which are the lessons that you have now that you could have learned at 20 or in our 20s? Maybe you want to start, or I
go? I'll follow you.
So, for me, I think the first thing that I wish I knew at 20 was that when it comes to education, till now, there's so many things I wish I had done during that time in terms of my studies and all that. Because at some point in my 20s, I finished when I graduated, I just looked for a job and I started working, and I never did nothing much. So I wish I knew that was the right time actually to go ahead and further my studies, do the courses that I've always wanted to do, just enlighten myself more during that time, because I didn't have any responsibilities. Because right now, in 30s, okay, I'm not saying you can't study in your 30s, but now it becomes more challenging and more difficult in your 30s, because the higher you go, the more the responsibilities you have. So never,
And then
like
your
now,
brain is also tired.
then also your brain is tired. So many things you're handling. You have the kids. Your kids also get into education. So there's so many things that you're juggling. So during that time, I just wish I took more time to study. And yeah, that's one thing I wish I did during that time. I wish I did study more because I had the money.
So you wish you could have finished your studies?
Not actually finishing, just further, because I finished, but now furthering, like kuendeleza masomo. Yeah, I wish I did that more.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I mean, in terms of masomo, yeah, I think that was the best time to study. Though I did a lot of studies then anyway, so it was. I think I reached at a point that I couldn't study more. But for me, mainly is maybe building myself, like building the main things that one needs, like buying land and building your house. You get it? Yeah, because now, if you do the math, the money we spend on rent is, could have really, I think we've saved how many years paying rent? Almost 8 or 9. Okay. The rent is enough to build like 10 houses. So it doesn't make sense for me. Because that's a lot of money, if you look at it yearly. And it's something I could have easily done maybe before the children came.
That's your number one point. Okay, my second thing that I wish I knew at 20 is that I wish I was more educated on money, like financial intelligence. That when you get money, it's not all about enjoying and clubbing and everything, like just the silly thing that people are trying to do, shopping, beautifying yourself, just some things that are not even so useful. So during that time, I wish I had the financial intelligence. And it's so weird that even in our families, like where we've grown up in, like where I was born, our parents didn't talk so much about money. Did your parents talk much about money?
No.
Savings, like me, I knew there was money, and the money was there to be used, but things like you need to save money, you need to open a bank account, even as young as what? Is 1 or 2, even as young as even 10 years, open a bank account and start saving that early. I never had that chance of getting that education, but it's so weird. Like the ones who are behind me, like my siblings, I don't know, walifunguliwa sijui account at sijui wakiwa primary or something. Like they started saving so early, but for us, me and like my bro, who are the first and the second, we didn't have that. So that now, with that now same knowledge or education, when you start getting your own money, at least you can save something. Because me in my 20s, when I got money, I was just thinking of shopping, my
Enjoyment.
clothes, my shoes, my handbags, my hair, I mean my phones, electronics, all those things that are not even so useful. So I wish I had the intelligence of knowing that get this money, save this percentage, hiyo ingine tumia, invest, also investment. Me, I didn't have that in mind. Buy a piece of land. Don't buy a car first, but buy a piece of land. Invest in what? Buy shares. Get into money making, what they are called, funds, money market funds, and all those things. Maybe I didn't know that. I knew money is for spending. So anytime I got money, I'll just spend it. So that's something I really wish I knew.
So for me, just spend it.
Wish.
Yeah. So I think, I couldn't say I was not told to save because I was told to save. I just chose not to.
When you're growing up, you're told
Yeah,
to save.
yeah.
At what age?
When I started knowing what money is.
That's how old? Primary.
Let me say from secondary. Primary, you cannot save anything in primary. You could save and then weekend ikifika, you take it and then you go buy ice cream.
In primary.
Yeah, but now I'm talking about after high school. After high school, when I was just joining college, yeah, I used to do some hustles here and there. I used to have a lot of excess. I just had money. But I was not saving anything. Yeah, because
so you had the knowledge, but you didn't want to save.
I didn't do. So I cannot blame.
Hi, Zay.
I cannot blame my parents. They did their work, but I was just a little tough-headed. Yeah, I was just a little tough-headed on that. But for them, they did their work. They told me to save.
They did tell you.
Yeah, they did tell me. So I cannot blame them on that. Yeah. So I think for me, the main point is, at 20, I think somebody should be focusing, especially as a man, you should be focusing on more on building a financial muscle. You should be financially stable, but that means saving or investing in something. You cannot build financial muscle by just having money and not saving it. Yeah, but not even really saving, but actually investing in something. Because if you save, it's I think investing is more prudent than just saving. Investing in something. You cannot say money market or something. Invest in just what you believe in. Some people don't even know about those things.
Yeah.
Some people just know the traditional investing or even starting a biashara. But when you're starting a biashara, I think when you want to start a business, most people just start a business because they think, you cannot. Not everybody can be a business person. Yeah. So I cannot advise someone that now you have money, you have some level like 500 or 200 somewhere, so you feel like, let me start a business. Don't dare do that. Starting a business, you need the mentality, you need the vision, you need the focus. Yeah. Because if you don't have that discipline of, you could have the money, you could have the resources to start a business, but it's about the discipline. Okay.
Thank you.
It's about the discipline because even as you are aware, there's a project I was working on, and when the person you're working on in a project, they could be so enthusiastic. Oh, this is gonna be a good project. Meaning they have the money to do that, but they don't have the discipline or as long as you don't have the discipline to do the project or the business is going nowhere. It could be dead on arrival. So I would advise people who go to business. Sometimes you can just save. If you don't know what to do with the money, just save it. Some fixed deposit. Yeah, because business is not for everyone. Some people, they go to business, they think that if I invest my money, I'm supposed to be getting returns the next day.
So your point is, you wish
I could have, because I have very many great ideas in my head.
You wish you'd have invested more.
Yeah.
Okay, I think to add on that, for me, I also really wish I invested more because for me, I graduated at 22. I think I graduated university at 22. And I actually immediately, like when I was graduating, I already had a job. Like I got a job immediately.
You're that lucky.
Yeah, so I started earning quite, okay, not quite early because vijana wa siku hizi pia wanapata do mapema, but for me that was early. I started earning early, considering that I had just graduated from uni. So I really wish I invested more. But why education ilikuwa wapi hiyo time?
There was no money. You know the funny thing,
like where was the financial education? Because nowadays I see so many things on finance.
The wrong thing about the system we learned in, even the current system, there's no education on money. You know, if you look at the difference between what sets these people that you see that are making it apart from us, is that money education starts at home. And you know, I deal with these people. I deal with this kind of people who are in a lot of business, especially the Indians. You find like the Indians, like, let's say we were Indians, you have a shop somewhere. When you're going to your shop, you take your son, your daughter there, they see how you sell, how you do your business. They are part of it, they live it, it's like a culture that's born inside.
They learn to save because they're always saving.
They see how you do your stuff and how you handle money. You see? Yeah. But you know, most of the Kenyan or the African people, we live in a culture of spending. You get, you spend. For them, they get, they save. You see the difference? So, but it's not like they're stingy. They're not stingy. They're just saving. Yeah. So for us, maybe you find some people are trying. They get money, and they don't save, but they're stingy. So they think that they're saving. So saving is more about. It's more of a culture, and you should start living it in a very early age.
Yeah, at a very early age. I think kids should be taught money education. I think it should be something. It should be like a life skill. We see the way we do swimming, like kids do swimming, just skating in schools. I think money education should just be one of the things because it's a life skill.
Yeah, but some people are doing it. Those who.
The who's and who's.
Yeah, it's your car. The who's and who's you talk about. Their children don't go to school to learn alphabets, or they go to school to learn skills. They go there, they learn swimming, coding, multiple languages. Then they learn communication, PR, how to deal with people, and then they learn money. But for us, you go there, you learn Kiswahili, biology, chemistry, and then when you come out here, I don't know what chemistry helps you. What does chemistry help you?
How does chemistry help you?
Yeah. So for them, they learn the real things.
But that's not chemistry.
Yeah, in physics, like in obsidian, you see bulb in you just fix it. Like they learn the real things. They learn to make that bulb. They don't learn to buy a bulb to make it from scratch. You see, so that's the difference between them and us. And let me say most people. So at that early age, people should learn. I think right now in the world we live in, you should be able to know how to use AI. Knowing AI and knowing how to use AI are two different things.
But nowadays I see online people so many courses are out on AI.
Yeah, I know you should be able.
There's so many courses on how to use AI.
Yeah. So you should be able to know how to use AI, which we cannot share here because now that they should someone if you want to know how to use AI, you should pay so that I can teach you. Anyway, you should know how to use AI. Just knowing that kuna ChatGPT and using ChatGPT are two different things. Yeah, you could just know ChatGPT and you ask it, what is the weather today? It's different from somebody asking it a really serious question that could.
You need to learn how to use it.
Exactly. You should learn how to use AI. And then another thing, you should learn how to use money markets. Another thing, what else? You should be, I think people should just be versatile. There's nothing like, I think most of the jobs that are paying right now are things people do online.
Things digital.
Like for example, like also things like YouTube. You just put up a content. Actually, there.
I think some apart from now the business people, I think some of the people who are earning the best nowadays are anything digital.
Yeah, because right now China is manufacturing everything. So let's not pretend that you're going to start manufacturing something. Everything is being manufactured in China. So the people making money are the manufacturers and the middlemen, right? So if you want to start, let's say you want to start a shop that sells, let's say, some products. Okay? Okay, for example, that baby bottle, baby bottle. You want to start a shop that sells baby stuff, for example, like these bottles. Okay? So the company that is manufacturing these bottles already, they're sure of their money, right? You want to buy them and put them in your shop. You remember in your shop you have to pay rent and all those you have to employ people.
Yeah.
But I can also set up a shop online. I don't even have the actual thing. I just have photos of that actual thing. I set up a very nice website with everything on it. When you purchase, we have to have that shipping part of it. They say, okay, shipping takes 1 week. So when you purchase, you buy from me and then I buy from the other person and then I bring it to you. I don't incur any cost. So that's just a small part of it. It's more about the.
Hi Samuel.
It's about the future is online.
Hi Samuel.
The future is online.
The future is online.
These traditional jobs, even like educators, like teaching. People teaching online get more money than people teaching physical classes. Okay?
Yeah. So
yeah. Teaching online is lucrative. You get paid more than teaching physical classes. So it's
Hi Baba.
It's these are things people should know at 20.
At 20. And you don't know with these skills, it also it gives you a chance of not hustling too much in life, isn't it?
Because I think we have an advantage. I think we live in a time where things are a bit easier.
Hi Robert.
I think we live in a time where things are a bit easier, not like our parents. Because right now, there was a time I was coming from work and I was with my friend George, and then this boy was very tall, like this Goliath guy. He was very tall. He was I think usually into Menengai in Nakuru. This guy was very tall and he had some deep voice. So we were wondering, and then we just stopped and asked him a question. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. You guys are so tall. George is tall. So if you find somebody taller than him, that person is tall. So he told, what do you do? I do basketball and I can also sing and dance. Then George just asked him, why don't you have a YouTube channel? Do you do TikTok? Do you do WhatsApp? I mean, do you do YouTube? But Then he told him, just try. By just being tall and putting it online and doing something crazy with it.
You just make it. Yeah. You'll make money.
Yeah. So I think right now the current people who are at their 20s, they have a lot of opportunity.
They have a lot of opportunities.
Just say for this story, trading, I won't advise anybody to go to trading. If you're at that age, you'll be scammed. There's nothing you cannot trade at 20s.
For me, I have a different opinion. I feel like if you want to do trading, start learning trading at a young age. Master the skill of trading at a young age. So that now, when you're getting to around 25 to 30, because by that time now, probably, not as the main thing, just start learning the skill, the skill itself. And then
like a side thing.
Yeah, like a side thing. And then now start trading slowly by slowly. And start with little money first. Yes.
Yeah, I was saying that because
Because now you see now trading at 30 is risky. Because already at 30, most of us at 30, we already have so many things. You are either expecting, you either have a husband or a wife, you're either married.
No, I'm saying, what I was trying to say is that at 20, you should be learning the trading thing, not doing it. Because there you still have energy to do other things other than betting on things. Your trading is like betting. You still have the energy, you still have the zeal to do stuff. Yeah. But if you are at 30 right now, maybe you have some disposable. You have some disposable income and you have a good idea. I believe when you have a good idea, having an idea and implementing the two phases that are very important. And now people fail at the point where you betray your dream, or you start having so many. If you have an idea, I want to open this, go with that. Don't deviate. It's like when you ask for, if you go get a loan, you want to get a loan for a car, go buy the car. Don't get a loan for a car, then you go buy land. Or don't get a loan for not get a loan for buying a house, then you go buy a car. Just focus.
For me, I feel like in your 20s, if at all you want to do a business, like any risk you want to take, even that trading, you want to do it and you have the money,
You can
trade. Take that risk before you add any more responsibilities. Because now what happens is, when you start early, you make mistakes early, and you learn early, and you correct the mistakes early. So now by the time now you're in your mid-20s and 30s, you're already now a pro. Like you already know what to do where and what not to do where. If you want to start a business, start it as early as possible. Even in your 20s, if you have the money, start it as early as possible. Let it fail, close the shop, open again, close again.
But you cannot. I think you cannot take that at 30s, 40s.
At 30s now,
it hits hard.
At 30s now, it hits you more harder. But in your 20s, cause
that's the stage of making mistakes.
Yeah, that is just you have more energy. Probably you have some cash or disposable cash somewhere. Just do those tiny mistakes.
Or maybe you don't have, but now you have the time to.
Yeah, you have the time
to get challenged. To make corrections. Yeah. But I think the people at 20s right now have better chances than we had. Stop, Baba, make noise. The people at 20 now have better chances than we had when we was 20s. Look at that book. Now we have to work with.
I think kids nowadays are so lucky.
Yeah.
Actually, kids nowadays are so lucky. Like in your 20s, that's why you see like very young kids. Or very young people
Sorry.
with big monies and I mean
a lot of cash.
Kids nowadays have cash. I sometimes I wonder what are we doing in our 20s? Like what was I doing in my 20s? Me, I was just focusing on my job and just my job and having fun, just that. Me, something else I wish I did at 20.
Yes, Leah. Wait, Baba.
Something else I wish that's our Sunday this evening. Yeah. Hey, what's the Sissy?
Go say hi to Sissy and then you come back. See you.
Something else I wish I did. See, Leon. I wish I did in my 20s because I had the money. Example of a chance for 20. I wish I had done high star. I wish I traveled more. Actually, I really wish I traveled more.
To where? Traveling there?
Just travel, babe.
Traveling
traveling more. Like traveling and seeing Kenya, our country, or even abroad.
Seeing the world.
Seeing the world. I wish I had traveled more. Because now I had the money, I had the time, I was alone. Like I didn't have much to lose. Yeah, night would have been easier traveling that time.
You didn't have baggage.
Yeah, I didn't have. It's just me. So if you want to go to Naivasha, I just go. If you want to go to Nanyuki, I just go. Mombasa, I just go. But now the problem with me, I think also my personality. My personality is not
a travel person.
I'm not a travel person. But I wish I did that more in my 20s because me, I'm an introvert. Actually, I'm extroverted, but sometimes my introverts, sometimes when I was alone, I love my space so much. So for me, I can stay in the house like for 1 month, as long as I have food, internet, and what? Food, internet, and probably Wi-Fi. Me, I'll stay in the house like a whole month without getting out, and I'll be okay. Without talking to anyone or just minimal communication, and I'm just okay. So I think that's something that played so much into it, because most of my free time, I'll just be watching movies, listening to music, just cooking, just by myself, and I would enjoy my free time. So I wish I traveled more in my 20s, because right now with the family and with these kids, if you want to travel, that's a whole budget on its own.
Yeah.
You cannot just get out of the house and say that today you're going to Shago. No, you have to budget 2 kids, the house manager, and 2. Those are like 5 people. You have to budget properly. Especially if you're going to stay there for days.
Even one day, because now you have to factor in the transport costs, their food, and for these children, they eat a lot.
The days that they eat a lot. It's a lot. I just wish I went out more. And still on that point of traveling, I wish I went out more. Though that's also not my personality. But I wish I went out more, like more of solo dates, more of just going out and getting exposed.
Okay, we are not political.
Yeah, I wish I went out more. On the point, your point?
Yeah. So I think we've covered most of it.
Sema vitako ingine.
Mbona nilipaswa kuwa na point?
Kuna point unajua hujasema. Sema moja.
Which one?
Just think, babe, your last point. Huwezi maliza hivyo. We are like 30 minutes into the video.
Stop with now.
You're on my line of traveling and going out. Sasa shikilia your point.
For me, I went out. So I can't say I wished I went out. I don't know what. Yeah, I really enjoyed. What do you mean by going out? Actually, I didn't really. Okay, going out is going to have fun outside. But traveling, I think I traveled in my late 20s. I traveled a lot. Yeah, I traveled a lot. Yeah. One of my travels gave back to you and me.
Oh, you did travel a lot.
Yeah,
that's how you met your wife. Your the kids.
Yeah, that's how I met my wife. And I guess I traveled a lot. Yeah. But I traveled a lot. I didn't.
You did travel a lot.
Yeah. I traveled a lot, so I can't say that I wish I traveled. Yeah.
But you are into clubbing.
A little, not so much, but I. What do you?
We are being raw and candid here.
No,
You're being raw and candid.
About what?
No, like to a 20-year-old.
Oh,
who loves clubbing too much and they have the money. That's what it is.
Man.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not saying.
At 20 years they should, but not too much. Excessive, really like killer. You know that like we used to call it Friday, but right now
Friday if you say
yeah,
demanded.
The Shira thing should. I think a 20-year-old should not even do it. Shira is for. Do you know why I'm saying that?
Do you know
that's the age?
That?
No, wait. That is the age to make money. Save. It's not the age to do a lot of shit. They can, but not.
The kids nowadays who already at 18 have their own money. So talk to those kids probably who love clubbing like you did.
So like you cannot go to club every day.
So see, not to me, talk to them.
See, I'm talking at them.
I'm not asking you questions so that you give them answers.
Yeah, it's. I think clubbing, there's a lot of money that is wasted when you go to clubbing. You waste a lot of money as a young person, not as an adult. You know, adults,
is it wrong?
Most adults know when they go to clubs, you're on a budget. Yeah, an adult is different from a young person. So young people, when they go there, their work is to go and drink all the money and come back. Sometimes they don't even have the fare kurudi. Wanakunywa kila kitu. So it's prudent to not to. Being prudent is important. Usikunywe sana.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah.
So they don't indulge too much.
Yeah, too much indulgence is the issue. Yeah.
Something else I wish I knew at 20 is take some time, especially when it comes to relationship. Okay, I wasn't that serious then, but I don't know. I just feel like if I knew better, I wouldn't have wasted so much time on senseless relationships. Probably I would have focused more on myself and growing myself and bettering myself and putting myself in a better position in the society. Other than now, my love is the complications and all that. Yeah, so I wish I knew that there was time to do all that in a serious way. Though even the mistakes in relationship also, they are healthy, they are good. Because once you learn now, you know what to look for next time. But I wish I never took so much time in senseless relationships.
That never ended. Go.
That never made it.
Go. Yeah, about relationship, I think mostly for young men at 20s, I think it's not a good idea. Because now you focus so much on the lovey-dovey part, and you forget
And then they waste money on girls.
Yeah, girls, because now you have multiple girlfriends. You have to, it's a problem. I think at 20, even the way, I don't know about you guys, but I watch Andrew King sometimes. He has a lot of sense. When talking to young men.
Sometimes.
Telling them that